so the last example I'm going to talk about is I want to convert from a polar equation to rectangular equation and then graph the rectangular equation. So what kind of problem is this one? Is, as I mentioned before, normally we don't rewrite polar equation to a rectangular equation or rectangular equation to a polar equation because we normally just graph it from that one. It is supposed to be clear, easier enough. However, there are problems. There are graph is much easier to graph in the rectangular form because we know those shapes very well. For example, linear line. For example, circles. For example, parabolas. So this is an example. R equals to 4 over 1 plus sine of theta. The reason for us to, or the reason for this problem wanting to convert it to a rectangular form is because this is actually a parabola shape. This is a parabola graph facing downward. But from the polar equation, we cannot really see there's a parabola and then it's facing downward. It's much nicer to see it from the rectangular form. That's why we have to, or for this problem, they ask you to convert it first and then graph it. In general speaking, after you practice a lot of problems, you should be able to quickly identify, okay, do I need to convert any polar equation to a rectangular equation to make graphing easier? Or do I need to convert a rectangular equation to a polar equation to make graphing easier? At this point, right now, it is going to be really confusing. Then you just follow the instruction. Okay, so to do this one, I have r equal to 4 over 1 plus sine of theta. So I do not like the fractions. I'm going to deal with the fraction by multiply the 1 plus sine of theta on both sides to get r times 1 plus sine theta equal to 4. Multiply them, I got r plus r sine of theta equals to 4. Here I'm going to use two formulas. The first one is y equal to r sine of theta. The second one is r equal to square root of x squared plus y squared. So r is what becomes to square root of x squared plus y squared, and then r sine theta is going to be y. Now clear the equation to have square root of x squared plus y squared on one side and 4 minus y on the other side. Square both sides. I got x plus y squared equals to 4 minus y squared, which is 16 minus 8 y plus y squared. Simplify a little bit more. I got x squared equals to negative 8y plus 16. Take out the negative 8. I got y minus 2. Where we got x squared equal to negative 8 times y minus 2 is actually the parabola formula, or similar to the parabola formula. The one we're going to use is the x minus h squared equal to 4p y minus k, which is facing up or facing down parabola. Since we have negative 8, that tells me it's going to be facing down. And then if you want, you can do the directories, the focus, and then everything else. So for here, I'm just going to really quickly talking about, or really quickly writing out that P is going to be 2 or negative 2. And then K is going to be 2. H is going to be 0. So to graph it, according to the formula, if I have the x-axis and then the y-axis, so I have the vertex is going to be HK, 0, 2. So this is the vertex. And then on each side is going to be 2p. So 4 and the 4. Connect them. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that is the parabola for the graph.